Hello everyone, this is Al, Red Sox fan, coming to you from Al, Red Sox fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well as we situate the chair so my head does not hit the camera. Oop, earthquake. We're going to bring you some Stratomatic baseball card and dice, 1976. I'm really enjoying the 1976 season. I just pick a couple of teams and play them. We play with a DH. Tonight's matchup, the 1976 Baltimore Orioles and Reggie Jackson, his lone year in Baltimore, take on the 20-game winner, J.R. Richard, and the Houston Astros. We are playing at the Astrodome. Welcome to Twilight Zone Baseball as it returns. Play ball. Steeler fan 1933, our good friend Matt, is here. He says, go Astros, and hello, Al. Let's quickly get to the starting lineups. Again, we use a DH when I play. I play with advanced rules my way. A little bit of basic. A little bit of super advanced when it comes to stealing. Again, I play it my way and I enjoy the game. For the visiting Baltimore Orioles, leading off in left field, Al Bumbry. Batting second, the shortstop from Pittsfield, Massachusetts, Mark Belanger. Reggie Jackson will bat third, play right field. Lee Mays, the cleanup hitter, at first base. Kenny Singleton, the designated hitter, bats fifth. Bobby Grich will bat sixth, play second base. Doug DeCense at third, batting seventh. Doing the catching, Dave Duncan, he'll bat eighth. Paul Blair in center, batting ninth. On the mound for the Orioles, Jim Palmer, also a 20-game winner. Palmer, 22-13, 2.51 ERA, striking out 159. For the hometown Houston Astros, Cruz will lead off. That's Jose Cruz in left field, followed by Greg Gross playing right field. Cesar Cedeno bats third, plays center. Bob Watson, the Bull, cleanup hitter, batting fourth, playing first. Enos Cabell bats fifth, plays third. The DH is Leon Roberts. He'll bat sixth. Doing the catching, Cliff Johnson. And he'll bat seventh. Did I spell his name wrong? Is it Johnston or Johnson? Cliff Johnson. I think it is Johnson. I know exactly what he looks like, and now I'm doubting if I spelled his name right. Johnson. Cliff Johnson. Played for many a team. Andrews will play second, batting eighth. Metzger's at short. He'll bat ninth. So J.R. Richards done with his warm-up tosses. Top three for the Orioles that he'll face: Bumbry, Belanger, and Jackson. Joining us here in Houston at the Astrodome on the artificial turf. Steeler fan 1933, our good friend Matt. Jim L., hope all is well. Dave Gardner. Check out his wonderful channel, of course, Digital Dice, with his partner in crime, Ron Juckett, on Spreaker, or wherever fine podcasts can be listened to. Or you can check it out on his YouTube channel. He also had a wonderful basic card and dice Stratomatic game. I think it was game one of the 73 American League pennant A's. Check it out. I won't spoil that. It was a lot of fun. So J.R. Richard is a right-handed hurler. Point of weakness check comes in the eighth unless damage is done early on. He has a +1 hold rating. Al Bumbry, you want to keep him off the base paths. He's a double-A stealer. Left-handed stick. Richard is ready. Here we go. Play ball. The pitch to Al Bumbry. 5-10. That's going to be off the Richard card. 5-10. Ground ball, third base. Enos Cabell. Cabell is a 3E20. So Cabell is a 3E20. That's a 9. We're going to go to an error check right away. Let's see if Cabell can pick this up for J.R. Richard and the Astros. Actually, we'll just have to do the 8. And again, Cabell, E20 on the 8. So E20 on the 8. He boots the ball. Cabell boots the ball. Ouch. That should have been out number 1. Instead, it's an E5. And the freaking pen doesn't work. There we go. All right, we're not going to use that color. Let's go to red. Okay, this is a bad pen. Bad pen. It was working 3 seconds ago. We will now move on to a different pen. We go to the pen bull pen. It's an E5. Bumbry's at first. He's definitely going to steal. He's a double-A stealer. So 1 through 17 plus 1. That is 1 through 18. Cliff Johnson's god-awful behind the plate. Plus 2. That's 1 through 19. He's off and running, and he is safe. So Bumbry steals second. That's a no-doubter. Bumbry at second. Bernard Strom has joined us. Check out his wonderful channel coming up in April. That's Bernard Strom Sports Replays. So Bumbry's at first. Mark Belanger at the plate. He's still a double-A stealer. And stealing third, 1 through 11. Plus 3. 1 through 14. There goes Bumbry again, and he is safe. Bumbry just flying over the base paths. 2 stolen bases for Bumbry. Bumbry's at third for Mark Belanger. Oh, you know what? I made him... Well, he was safe anyway. I should have done... They're holding him on. That would have been when they're holding him on a double-A minus 2. So it would have been 1 through 17. He made it anyway. And they would hold him on at second. We rolled a 10. It was a 14 to go. Minus 2, we'll say he was being held on. That's an 11. So he still made it. I forgot to do the minus 2. So 2 stolen bases for Bumbry. Mark Belanger at the plate. He's going to swing the stick. Belanger actually hit 270 in 1976. Infield will play for the out. Here's the pitch to Mark Belanger. Off the J.R. Richard card. He's really needing a strikeout here against the right-hand batting Belanger. 4-6. 4-6. There's the strikeout. He strikes out Belanger, and that's huge. 1K. Bumbry still at third. For Reginald Martinez-Jackson, Jackson digs in the left-hander's batter's box. The heat-seeking, throwing J.R. Richard rocks and deals to Reginald Martinez-Jackson. 6-6. Possible single for Jackson, 1 through 13. If not, he lines out to Cabell. He lines out to Cabell. What a play. Cabell a step and a dive to his right. Great play by Enos Cabell. That's a line out 5. He makes up for that horrific error that allowed Bumbry to get on first. He stole second and third. 2 outs now for the cleanup batter, first baseman Lee May. Richard peers in, gets the sign from Cliff Johnson. The pitch to Lee May, 4-9 off the J.R. Richard card. Righty-righty matchup, 4-9. Ground ball to short. Ground ball to short. The shortstop for the Astros, Metzger, he's a 1E12. That's a 17. He will make the play, throwing out May at first, scoring at home 6-3. So they work around the error. None happier than Enos Cabell. The Orioles strand Al Bumbry at third after the Bumblebee steals 2 bases. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. Due up for the Astros, Cruz, Gross, and Cesar Cedeno. So a good inning for J.R. Richard. Did a great job working around the error. Here's Jim Palmer. Palmer 22 and 13 in 1976. Let's put Palmer here. Jose Cruz, left-handed batter to lead things off. JD is here. How you doing? The Dragon. Check out his channel for all your action PlayStation gaming. I got to catch up with a lot of stuff on JD's channel. Actually, let's do this here. Again, I'm really enjoying the 76 season. Here's Jose Cruz. Palmer on the mound. Looks in at Dave Duncan. The pitch to Jose Cruz. It'll be off the Palmer card. 6-8. Line shot right at Doug DeCense at third. Oh, actually, 6-8. That's a line out to Belanger at short because he's a left-handed batter. Still a line out. So nice job by Mark Belanger, Pittsfield, Massachusetts native, here in Western Massachusetts. So Cruz is down. Greg Gross, another lefty stick to face Jim Palmer. Palmer with the slow windup and the pitch. Off the Gross card, right-handed pitcher, 2-5. 2-5. He'll fly out to right field and Reginald Martinez Jackson. So Jackson makes the play. Boos rain down upon Reggie Jackson as he makes the catch. 2 outs, base is empty for Cesar Cedeno. Right-hand batting center fielder, double-A stealer. The pitch from Palmer to Cesar Cedeno. Off the Cedeno card, 2-6. 2-6, possible single, 1-5, or a line out. It is a single by Cesar Cedeno, ripping the shot past the dive of Doug DeCense into left field. Cedeno will steal. Palmer is a zero hold. Duncan is a zero arm. Double-A, they're holding him on 1 to 17, -2 for holding him on. -2 for holding him on. So that's 1 through 15. Cedeno is safe. Cedeno steals second. To steal third, it would be 1 through 8. He will not do that. So Cesar Cedeno in scoring position. 2 outs for the Bull, Bob Watson. Watson digs in the right-hander's batter's box. Palmer peeks over his shoulder, now looks in at Dave Duncan. The pitch to the Bull, Bob Watson. It's off the Watson card, right-handed pitcher. 3-4, ground ball to third. DeCense's up with it, will throw to May at first. Side is retired. The Astros strand a runner in scoring position at second. We go to the top of the second. No score here at the Astrodome. So, first J.R. Richard puts up a goose egg. Now Jim Palmer. Palmer's point of weakness, check, is in the 9th. J.R. Richard back up on the bump for the Astros. Goes through his warm-up tosses. Celebrity Bikinis here. Bernard Strom's here. Steeler Fan 1933. Dave Gardner. J.D. Many luminaries here at the Houston Astrodome in the press booth chat room. Jim L. Hope all is well. For the Orioles, leading things off will be Kenny Singleton, followed by Bobby Grich, Doug DeCense, here in the top of the second. Singleton, switch hitter. He'll bat lefty against the right-handed hurling J.R. Richard. Richard with the leg kick and delivery to Kenny Singleton. 4-6 off the Richard card. 4-6, swing lefty. 4-6 is a fly out, no strikeout there to center. Making the catch is Cesar Cedeno. 1 down. J.R. Richard, loved him. He passed away a few years back. God rest his soul. Had that horrible stroke in the early 80s. Or was it the late 70s? He came back. Was it 81 he came back to? It was early 80s because I think it was 81 he came back after, what was it, 6 months, 7 months, and he pitched. Here's Bobby Critch, second baseman for the Orioles. Right-handed batter. The pitch from Richard to Gritch. Off the Gritch card, 2-7. 2-7. He'll ground out to short. Metzger makes the play for the Astros as he throws to first. 2 away. 2 away. Base is empty for Dougie DeCense. Here's the pitch homeward bound to Doug DeCense. Off the Richard card, 4-7. That's a strikeout. So Richard mows them down. 1, 2, 3. A fly out, a ground out, a strikeout. That's a second K for JR. We go to the bottom of the second. No score here at the Astrodome. So good job by J.R. Richard. 1, 2, 3, go the O's. Jim Palmer comes out. He'll face Cabell, Leon Roberts, Cliff Johnson. Enos Cabell made the error that allowed Bunbury to get on in the first. Bunbury would steal second and third, was stranded there as Richard came back to strike out Belanger. Jackson was robbed on an Enos Cabell step and a dive to his right, making up for that error. Then Lee May grounded to short. So here's Enos Cabell to face Jim Palmer, pitch homeward bound. Off the Cabell card, 1-6, right-handed pitcher. 1-6, 1-6, 1 or a 2, it's a goner. It is a 6, so it's a deep fly ball out. Making the running catch in right field is Reginald Martinez Jackson. Reggie Jackson showing his prowess in right field, to the chagrin of Astros fans as they rain more boos down on Reginald Martinez Jackson, the former Oakland Athletic. Jackson says he has never been happier in Baltimore. Here's Leon Roberts, the DH for Houston. Palmer picks up the sign from Dave Duncan. Pitch homeward bound to Leon Roberts. Off the Palmer card, right-handed batter. 5-7. Fly ball center field. Paul Blair will make the catch. 2 down for the Astros here in the bottom of the second. Base is empty for Cliff Johnson. Johnson has some pop. Digs in the right-hander's batter's box, ready to grip and rip. The pitch to Cliff Johnson from Jim Palmer. 4-11 off the Palmer card, right-handed batter. 4-11. Fly ball left field. The left fielder is Jose Cruz. He's a 2-range E11. So Jose Cruz, solid defender in left. That's a 1. Wow, a 1 on a 2. It is a double. Cruz makes the dive for it. I am sorry. This is the Orioles. So, either way, it's a hit. Johnston hits it to left. The left fielder is Bunbury. Bunbury is a 4. So that is a triple. My faux pas. That is a triple. A 2-out triple for the lumbering Cliff Johnson. So that ball just took a weird hop after the dive by Bunbury. No one gets to it, and Cliff Johnson ate his Wheaties today. 2-out triple. This is Twilight Zone baseball. Sometimes I'm in the Twilight Zone. So Cliff Johnson keeps the inning alive. 2 outs, he stands at third. Rob Andrews, the second baseman at the plate. Not very stout with the bat. Actually, Metzger is the one who's not stout with the bat. Rob Andrews, 256, 23 ribbies. He might get a ribby here. The pitch to Andrews, a 1-8. Off the Andrews card, 1-8. No, he won't. That's a ground ball to third. Al, Baltimore is in playing defense. So that's going to be to Doug DeCense. Let's get it right, Al. And he throws to first. The 2-out triple by Cliff Johnson does no damage. Scoring at home on the Andrews ground out to Sensei Tomei 5-3. We go to the top of the third. No score here at the Astrodome. So Cliff Johnson, who would have thunk it, got a triple. J.R. Richard goes back up on the mound to take his warm-up tosses before the top of the third begins. For the Orioles, it'll be Dave Duncan, Paul Blair, then Al Bumbry. So here's J.R. Richard. Dave Duncan, the catcher. The pitch from Richard to Duncan, 2-5, right-handed pitcher, 2-5. That's a strikeout. Duncan is overpowered by J.R. Richard. Third K for J.R. One down. Looks like JD's playing a little Red Dead Redemption as Celebrity Bikini says, pretty good. Who you murdering in Red Dead? I like the first Red Dead Redemption. Second one didn't grab me. Paul Blair, the number 9 batter, batted under 200 in 1976. Tremendous defender in center, though. The pitch to Blair from J.R. Richard, 5-4, 5-4. This will be a play for Cliff Johnson. Oh, boy. Cliff Johnson, not the greatest defender behind the plate. 4 E13. That's a 10. So we go to an error check. No one's on. One out. He is an E13. 6 on an E13. 6. That's an error on Cliff Johnson as he fumbles around with the ball, drops it 3 times. Blair reaches on the E2. Blair is an A stealer. Second error committed by the Astros. So with one out, Blair's at first. He's an A. They're going to hold him on. -2. So 15 minus 2 is 13. But J.R. Richards a +1. Johnson's a +2. 1 through 16, Blair's going to go. And he is safe. That's a 2. Possible throwing error on Cliff Johnson. So stolen base for Blair. Cliff Johnson, though, does not make many throwing errors. 1 through 4. No throwing error there. Smothering the ball is the shortstop Metzger. So with one out, Blair at second. Bumbry reached on the error by Cabell in his first at-bat in the first, stole second and third. Here's the pitch of the Bumblebee, Al Bumbry. 4-7. 4-7. Ground ball right side for out number 2. Making the play is the second baseman, Andrews. Advancing to third with 2 outs is Blair. So that's 4-3. Bumbry's 0 for 2 now. Again, the Orioles have a runner at third base. Mark Belanger, the Massachusetts native, will try to knock him in. Belanger struck out in the first. Here's the pitch from J.R. Richard to Mark Belanger. It's off the Belanger card, so he has some hope. Right-handed pitcher, 1-4, 1-4. One hopper, right back to Richard. Richard throws to first. Side is retired. So Richard, that goes 1-3. Great job by J.R. Richard. We go to the bottom of the third. No score here in Houston. Richard has pitched around 2 errors by the Astros. Richard looks very sharp tonight. Jim Palmer on the mound for the bottom of the third. Palmer will face the number 9 batter, Metzger for the Astros. Then the top of the order, Cruz and Gross. If anyone gets on, Cesar Cedeno. Here's Roger Metzger. Palmer to Metzger. Metzger switch hitter batting lefty. That is a 2-4. 2-4. Metzger, holy cow. Triple 1 through 13. Single if it's a 14 or higher. That is a 9. Metzger triples. Switch hitter finds the gap and he was off to the races. Average speed, but a leadoff triple for Metzger. Here come the Astros to the joy of Steeler fan. 1933. Metzger at third. Astros threatened to put the first digit up on the board. Jose Cruz at the plate. Left-handed stick. Cruz lined to short. He's 0 for 1. Orioles playing for the out. The pitch to Jose Cruz. Off the Cruz card. Will it be Cruz control? 2-9. 2-9 strikes him out. Look at all that good stuff, and we hit the 9. They hit the 9. Breaking pitch, swing and a miss. That is a big out by Jim Palmer. That's his first K. 1 out. Metzger still at third. Left-hand batting right fielder Greg Gross, who flew out to right, and Reginald Martinez-Jackson. The pitch from Palmer to Gross. 5-7. Off the Palmer card, 5-7. Another strikeout. This time he gets Gross looking. Cruz swinging, Gross looking. Dotted the inside corner with a fastball. There are 2 down. Houston on the verge of squandering a leadoff triple by the light-hitting shortstop Roger Metzger. But their best bat steps to the plate. Right-hand batting center fielder Cesar Cedeno. He singled and stole a base in the first, trying to give the Astros the lead here. The pitch to Cesar Cedeno from Jim Palmer off the Palmer card. Righty-righty matchup. 5-7. 5-7 fly ball center field. Blair racing back to his left. Reaches up, makes the catch. After the triple, the Astros go down 1-2-3. Strikeout, strikeout, fly out. We're through 3 here in Houston. No score. We go to the top of the 4th. Due up for the Orioles, it'll be Reginald Martinez-Jackson, Lee May, and Kenny Singleton to face J.R. Richard. Both Palmer and Richard were 20-game winners in 1976. That is a huge squander for the Astros. So Palmer bears down, denying Houston a run. J.R. Richard ready to do battle in the top of the 4th. Reginald Martinez-Jackson was robbed of a base hit and a ribby by Enos Cabell at third. Pitch homeward bound to Reginald Martinez-Jackson. 4-6 off the J.R. Richard card. 4-6, that's a fly ball center field. Cedeno's there. Out number 1. J.R. Richard is throwing BBs. Jackson just shaking his head. He's 0 for 2. Lee May steps to the plate. May grounded to short, 0 for 1. Richard looks in, gets the sign. He rocks and deals to Lee May. Off the Richard card once again. 5-9 right-handed batter. 5-9 swing and a miss. Richard overpowers Lee May, and he's a tremendous power hitter. That is K number 4 for J.R. Richard. 2 down. Base is empty. Kenny Singleton, DH, flew out to center. Switch hitter batting lefty. Cliff Johnson goes through the signs. Richard is ready. Inbound to Kenny Singleton. 4-2, how do you do? Switch hitter batting lefty. 4-2, well, how does he do? Flies out to Cedeno in center. 1-2-3 go the O's. We go to the bottom of the 4th. No score here at the Astrodome. J.R. Richard is dealing. Love J.R. Richard. Loved him. I watched a little baseball today, the Red Sox exhibition game. And I like the pitch clock. The game moved faster, that's for sure. I like that. The bigger bases I couldn't even notice. I don't like the Ghost Runner. They don't do that in exhibition. They play ties. For the Astros in the bottom of the fourth, Watson, Cabell, and Roberts to face Jim Palmer. Here's the bull. Bobby Watson, 0 for 1. He grounded to third. The windup and the pitch from Jim Palmer. Off the Palmer card, right-handed batter, 5-7. So on a 5-7, that's a flyout to Paul Blair. One down in the bottom of the fourth. Enos Cabell steps to the plate. Palmer shakes off Duncan. Now he's ready to work. The kick and deal to Enos Cabell. 5-6. Pick up some sticks off the Palmer card. 5-6. That's going to be a hit. A 1 or a 2, it's a triple. Anything else, it's a single. It is a single to center. So Cabell is now 1 for 2. Cabell is a double-A stealer. You know he's going to be off to the races. Double-A, 0 arm for Duncan, 0 arm for 0 hold for Palmer, but you hold him on -2, so 1 through 15, 1 out. Cabell is going. Cabell is out. Cabell is thrown out by Dave Duncan. Applying the tag is second baseman Bobby Grich. So out stealing 2-4. 2 down. So Cabell erased off the base paths. It was a good quick release by Dave Duncan. It was an accurate throw. They got Cabell quite handily. Bases empty, 2 outs for Leon Roberts. DH, 0 for 1. He flew out to center. The pitch from Palmer to Roberts. Off the Roberts card, right-handed pitcher, 1-8. 1-8 is a walk. Good job by Roberts. Keeps the inning alive for Cliff Johnson. Johnson tripled, and that's where he stayed. He went no further. Can he knock in a run here? Leon Roberts will not be held on with 2 outs. He'll be a +2 runner. So 1 through 13 +2 is a 15. The pitch to Big Cliff Johnson from Jim Palmer off the Palmer card, 5-8. Right-handed batter, 5-8. Pops it up left side. Calling for it is the shortstop Belanger. He makes the catch. 2 down. No, that's the side. Excuse me. Watson flies out. Cabell caught stealing. Walk and a pop out to Belanger. Side is retired. We're through 4 at the Astrodome. No score. We go to the top of the 5th. We got a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel, my friend. A good old-fashioned pitcher's duel. Palmer, J.R. Richard. What a matchup. Got Reginald Martinez-Jackson here. Says he'll never leave Baltimore. He loves it. He would leave Baltimore quite quickly for the Yankees in 1977. In Baltimore, he was the fizz in the soda. In New York, he was the straw that stirred the drink. Or so he said. For the Orioles against J.R. Richard, it'll be Grich, DeSensei, and Duncan. Richard has struck out 4. The pitch to Bobby Grich, who grounded to short. 2-7 off the Grich card. Right-handed pitcher, 2-7. He'll ground out to short. Metzger makes the throw to Watson, 1 down. Richard really in command here. He's pitching beautifully for the Astros. Astrodome is sold out for this Twilight Zone matchup. Here's Doug DeSensei. DeSensei was a strikeout victim of JR. JR rocks and deals to Dougie DeSensei. 3-6 off the DeSensei card. Right-handed pitcher. 3-6. You know what that is? Swing and a miss. Overpowered by J.R. Richard. Second K for DeSensei. 5 strikeouts in total for J.R. Richard. 2 down, bases empty for the Orioles catcher Dave Duncan. He was a strikeout victim. Johnson sets a target to pitch to his counterpart, Dave Duncan. It'll be off the Duncan card, 2-7. 2-7, you know what that is? Swing and a miss. Side retired. 6 strikeouts for J.R. Richard. We go to the bottom of the 5th, scoreless here in Houston. Richard. They cannot handle J.R. Palmer has to match the goose egg now. These two pitchers obviously never faced each other. There's no interleague play. But this is the wonderful, wonderful hobby we have, regardless of what game you like to play. You can have the matchups that you want. So Palmer, done with his warm-up tosses. He'll face Rob Andrews, then Roger Metzger, then up to the top of the order, Jose Cruz. Andrews 0 for 1. The pitch from Palmer to Rob Andrews. Off the Palmer card, right-handed batter, 4-8. That's a walk. Good job by Andrews. He gets on. He walks. He's not going to be stealing. He's a C stealer. They would probably hold him on. Metzger's going to bunt. So just forget about the whole holding on thing, and it's fine, because he's bunting. He's going to be a C bunter here. He tripled in his last plate appearance. How is he at a hit and run? Hit and run. They would hold on Rob Andrews. If we go hit and run, he becomes a B hit and run, I believe. .210. Would they hit and run with a guy .210? Well, he's an average hit and run. You know what? Well, he's going to bunt. He's going to be a C bunter because they would play for the bunt. I didn't say hit and run first, so we're going to bunt. He squares the bunt to try to move Andrews over to second. That's a 7 on a C bunter. It's a good bunt. Metzger is thrown out by the first baseman. Lee May pivots and fires to Grich on the wheel play. Advancing to second is Andrews. So that's a good sack. And the sack goes 3-4. Because on the wheel play, the second baseman, Bobby Grich, was covering first as May charged. So Andrews at second. A little small ball there. 1 out. Now it's up to Jose Cruz, who's 0 for 2. He's lined out to short and struck out. The pitch from Palmer to Cruz. Off the Palmer card. Left-handed batter, 4-9. And that's a single to right. So Jose Cruz trying to do some damage here. That's a single to right on the 4-9. The right fielder is Reginald Martinez Jackson. Andrews is a 1-13 runner. And there's only 1 out. Jackson is a -4 arm. So that's 1-11. 1-11. They're going to wave. Andrews, Jackson throws to the plate, and he's 1-11. Safe! Bang, bang, play at the plate. I had to think about it for a second. Scoring from second is Andrews. 1-0 Astros. RBI for Jose Cruz. They run on Reginald Martinez Jackson's arm. So, did I mess the... Hold on, let's do this again. He's a 1-13. I messed that up. He's out. He's out. 1-13. Jackson, I knew that didn't sound right. -4. So it's a 1-9. I probably wouldn't have sent him, but he's out. I did send him. I knew that did not sound right. So Andrews is cut down at the plate. It's a beauty of white out. No ribby for Cruz. There's 2 outs. He is cut down by Jackson. (9-2) if you're scoring at home. So he's out. 9-2. There are 2 down. No RBI for Jose Cruz. So the Astros take a chance there. Take a chance on me. Because Al, Red Sox fan, did some shoddy math quickly in his head and then realized it was wrong. But we already rolled the dice. Cruz at first with 2 outs. Base is empty. The fans boo Reginald Martinez-Jackson, who's playing a wonderful game of defense in right. Here's Greg Gross. Palmer to Gross off the Palmer card. 6-8. Left-handed batter, 6-8. Line shot. Belanger leaps, makes the catch at short. The side is retired. The Astros get a runner thrown out at the plate. We go to the top of the 6th, still scoreless here in Houston. Great play by Belanger on the line out. I've had a no-hitter in dice games, but they're on the PC, and if you're paying attention, something special is happening here that I'm not going to mention right now, and I think Celebrity Bikini is paying attention, or he's just taking a lucky guess. I don't know. Top of 6 for the Orioles will be Paul Blair, then the top of the order, the Bumblebee, Al Bumbry, Mark Belanger. In the bottom of the 6th, Cesar Cedeno will lead things off for the Astros. J.R. Richard back on the hill for the Astros to face Paul Blair. Blair reached on an error by Cliff Johnson. The Astros have made 2 errors, one by Cliff Johnson, one by Enos Cabell. The pitch to Paul Blair, a 2-11. 2-11. Chopper to first. Watson fields it, shuffles the ball to Richard, who steps on the bag. 1 out. Scoring at home 3-1. Good hustle by J.R. Richard. You keep the speedy Blair off the base paths. The Orioles will run if they get on. Here's Bumbry 0 for 2. Richard to Bumbry. The Bumblebee gets a 6-3. And that will end the no-hitter on the 6-3. Oh, wait. 6-3. Yes, it does end the no-hitter. That's a single to right by Al Bumbry. The first hit comes with 1 out in the 6th off J.R. Richard. So left-handed batter, 6-3, single to right. Either way. So Bumbry breaks up the no-hitter. Celebrity Bikini jinxed it. I'm just kidding. Bumbry at first, Double-A Steeler. He's going to steal because Double-A Steeler, stealing second, 1 through 17. You hold him on 1 through 15. +3, +1 for the hold for Richard, +2 for Johnson. So that is 1 through 18. And he is safe. That's a 6, so no attempt at a throwing error. So he steals second. That's a 3rd stolen base for Bumbry. Bumbry, should we have him steal 3rd again? 1 through 9, +3, that's 1 through 12. With 1 out, Bumbry has very good speed. He's going to stay at second right now. Belanger at the plate. The pitch to Mark Belanger, 5'8", right-handed batter. 5'8" is a ground ball to second. Ground ball to second. That should get Bumbry over to 3rd, but it's a range defense check. Second baseman is Andrews. He's a 2 range E22. Let's see if Rob Andrews can make the play for the Astros and J.R. Richard. First, we roll for the range. That's a 1. Well, that's a single on the 2 range. Holding at 3rd is Bumbry. So a single for Belanger. He's now 1 for 3. Orioles threatening once again. In prior innings, they did it with errors. Now they get a couple of hits with 1 out. Belanger at first. Bumbry at 3rd. Yeah, Celebrity Bikini says, good run. He did have a good run. I'm just kidding about you jinxing it. At least you were paying attention, which is fine. I was watching it too. I kept looking to see, did he give up a hit yet? And I was like, I don't think he gave up a hit. Reggie Jackson to give the Orioles the lead. Remember, he threw out Andrews at the plate after I realized I did the math wrong in my head quite quickly. Jackson for the Orioles, 0 for 2. Richard looking for the strikeout or double play off the bat of Reginald Martinez Jackson. The righty hurler deals to the left-hand batting Jackson. Richard will get off his card, so that's good. Oh, I don't know if the 9's good, though. 4-9. 4-9. Ground ball to short. This is huge. This is huge. Ground ball to short. Shortstop is Metzger. He's a 1. 1 range. That's a 15 on the 1. So 15 on the 1. Double play. Inning over. Ground ball A. Metzger to Andrews on to Watson. J.R. Richard pumps his fist, points at Metzger. Scoring at home, 6-4-3. Reginald Martinez Jackson doing it in the field, but not at the plate. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Richard gives up 2 hits, breaking up his no-hitter, but no runs. No score. Due up for the Astros in this epic pitching duel between J.R. Richard and Jim Palmer. Cedeno, Watson, Enos Cabell. Astros fans give J.R. Richard and the Astros defense here in the bottom of the 6th as they go back to the dugout a standing ovation. Mike Terranova's joined us. How you doing, Mike? Hope all is well. In the press booth, in the chat, we have Mike Terranova, Celebrity Bikini. JD, check out his wonderful channel for all your PlayStation action gaming. Steeler Fan 1933, our good friend Matt. Dave Gardner, check out Dave Gardner's YouTube channel. And of course, Digital Dice, the best podcast out there for our gaming community of sports. Jim L, hope all is well. Bernard Strom Sports Replays. Our good friend Bernard, his channel starts up in April. Continue to scroll up, and that's everyone who's in the press booth at the moment. Bottom of the 6th. Here comes Jim Palmer. Cesar Cedeno is 1 for 2, a single and a flyout. Cedeno is a double-A stealer. Palmer and the Orioles want to keep him off the base paths. The pitch to Cesar Cedeno from Jim Palmer off the Cedeno card. Right-handed pitcher, 2-4. 2-4 is a walk. Cedeno on for the second time in this game. Palmer and Duncan are zeros. So Cedeno, let me make sure I got that right. Duncan's a 0. Palmer's a 0 hold. Cedeno double-A. They're holding him on 1 through 17. When you hold on to double-A, it's a -2. 1 through 15. Cedeno will off to the races, and he is out. Unbelievable. Second time a Houston base runner has been tossed out with a 19. So he is thrown out by Dave Duncan. A quick release. Accurate throw, guns down Cedeno, applying the tag as the next batter is Watson would be the second baseman, Bobby Grich. So he is out. Stealing 2-4. That shuts the door on Cedeno. 1 out, base is empty. Watson steps back in the batter's box. The pitch to the bull, Bobby Watson. Snake Eyes 3 across the border. A 1-2. Bob Watson. Holy cow. 1 through 14. It is goodbye, good night, gone. And it's an 18. The ball. Deep fly out to center. Blair leaps and makes the catch, bringing the ball back. Unbelievable. You got a 1 and a 2. You got a right-handed pitcher. That's a home run. The way I play it, 1 through 14. I don't do the ballpark thing. And we roll an 18. More bad rolls for the Astros by Al, Red Sox fan. So a home run taken away by Paul Blair. What a great catch by Blair in center. Two down. Astros fans can't believe it. Base is empty for Enos Cabell. Here's the pitch to Cabell. Cabell is 1 for 2. Was thrown out stealing after he singled in his last at-bat. 5-5. Will Cabell stay alive? Right-handed batter, 5-5. Cabell, does he have normal power? No, he has weak power. Weak power. So he cannot hit a homer on this roll. He can either get this. He'll either get a single 1 through 11, or if it's a 12 through 20, it's a double. So Cabell will get the single. Had he had normal power, he's weak power against righties. He's weak power versus lefties. Had he had normal power, which he doesn't, it would have been a homer. 2-out single by Cabell. He's now 2 for 3 on a scorching line shot to the outfield. Cabell, double-A stealer. So 1 through 15, he's off to the races. Oh, my Lord, he just gets in there. Steals second. He's now 1 for 2 stealing bags. Stolen base for Cabell. Steal third. No, 1 through 9. He'll stay put. Leon Roberts, the DH, steps to the plate. Cabell, they're not going to hold him on because that cuts down the range. And odds, he's 1 through 16 anyway, so he's a +2 with 2 outs. He'll be off on contact 1 through 18. Roberts, 0 for 1. He's flown out and walked. 2 outs. The pitch to the right-hand batting Roberts from the right-hand hurling Jim Palmer. Off the Palmer card, it's a 6-5. Ground ball to short Mark Belanger. Belanger, outstanding range. 1E16. So let's roll on that 1. That's a 10. We're going to go to the error check now on Mark Belanger. Again, Belanger is an E16. A 6 on an E16. He makes the play, backhand, pivots, fires to first, side, retired, 6-3. Mark Belanger makes it look easy. We go to the top of the 7th. No score here in Houston. On your Saturday, Twilight Zone baseball. Early morning baseball, late evening baseball. It's just baseball. You gotta love it. Come on. Cliff Johnson will lead things off in the bottom of the 7th for the Astros when they come up. For the Orioles, it'll be May, Singleton, and Gritch to face J.R. Richard, throwing a 2-hit shutout. Gave up his first 2 hits in the top of the 6th. Astros have had a runner thrown out at the plate by Reginald Martinez-Jackson. So here's J.R. Richard. Next inning, point of weakness check for J.R. Lee May steps in the right-hander's batter's box. May 0 for 2, a strikeout, a ground out to short. Richard to May. Off the Richard card, 5'11", right-handed batter, 5'11", ground ball, first base. Oof. Bob Watson, 4 range, E16. So first the range check. That's a 3. That's awful. 4 on a 3 is a single. Past the dive into right field. So Watson makes a dive for it. Lee May gets his first hit. That's the 3rd hit for the Orioles. They've all been singles. May's at first. We're not holding him on because he runs like he has poop in his pants and mud on his cleats. Of course, there's no mud inside in the Astrodome. But there might be poop in his pants. I'm just There's no poop in his pants. Kenny Singleton at the plate. Switch hitter batting lefty. Singleton is flown out to Cedeno twice in center. Here's the pitch to Kenny Singleton. Richard bears down with a 6'10". Left-handed batter, 6'10". Swing and a miss. Just blows the heat right by. On high and inside, Singleton looked to jack it. The only thing he got jacked was the bat out of his hand. Back to the dugout goes Kenny Singleton. I believe that's 7 Ks now for J.R. Richard. 1 out. Top of the 7th. May still at first. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I thought that was 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 7. I missed that K right there. 7 Ks for J.R. Richard. 1 out, 1 on. Bobby Grich, the Orioles second baseman, 0 for 2. 2 ground outs to Metzger at short. Al, check the Richard card. I already did. He's out. Here's the pitch to Bobby Grich. 4-6 off the Richard card. Right-handed batter, 4-6. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout. That is 8 Ks. 6-10. Well, I already did it. It's too late, Michael. That's a 4-6. I don't know if you're talking a little earlier. Oh, did I invert? Well, we already called it. I apologize if I invert things. I do that sometimes. I have dyslexia. So, thank you, though, Mike. Grich is out via the K. 2 outs. May will be off on contact. 1 through 12 base runner. Here's Doug DeCense. The pitch to Dougie. Dougie struck out twice. At least he'll be off his card. That's a 3-2. So a 3-2 right-handed pitcher. Line shot. Cabell with a leaping catch at third. It would have been a max double play. The way I play that, if it was a possibility of a triple play, I call it. I know there's some another roll you're supposed to make, but that's such a rare roll. I like the triple play. Plus, you never get a triple play. At least DeCense makes contact. He's robbed by Enos Cabell. And again, thank you, Mike. I just missed that. It would have been fly ball center field X. And I probably inverted, and I went to the strikeout. So, hey, sometimes we'll say foul ball strikeout. So, DeCense, happy about the contact, not happy about the out. Bottom of the 7th, no score here in Houston. Dave Duncan will lead things off for the Orioles in the top of the 8th. For Houston, Johnson, Andrews, Metzger, the bottom 3rd to face Jim Palmer. Again, I'm really enjoying the 76 set. If you like Play.com games, you got to go to their site. There's a lot of free stuff this weekend. The 2020 season for all their games. Hockey, baseball, football, whatever is free. PDF, download it, plus other things. Thank you again, Keith Avalon. Lots of free stuff. Red, White, and Blue Racing, they got a lot of free stuff. Click on every link. Watch the video I posted from Play.com. I posted in Sports Replays and the Digital Dice Facebook group page. Watch that video, the stream that Keith Avalon did. If you want to get some cool free stuff over the weekend before it goes away, check it out. Jim Palmer, bottom of the 7th, no score. Cliff Johnson has tripled and popped out to short. Johnson to lead things off here. Johnson's triple was a 2-out triple, and he was stranded there. Palmer to Johnson, righty-righty matchup. That's a 4-12 off the Palmer card. 4-12, hard hit ball to third, snared by DeCense. Throws across the diamond. They get Johnson by 4 years. 1 down. Scoring at home, 5-3. Rob Andrews does battle with Palmer. Duncan sets a target. The pitch to Rob Andrews off the Andrews card. 2-9. Right-handed pitcher, 2-9. Fly ball, shallow right. Jackson makes the catch. Actually, it's a B. Would have been a deeper one, but what the hell? Shallow right. 2 down. Number 9 batter, Metzger. Metzger hit the second triple for the Astros. He led off the inning with a triple. And then Palmer struck out Cruz, Gross. Cedeno flew out. So he went no further. 2 outs, base is empty. The pitch to the switch-hitting Metzger, batting lefty. Off the Palmer card, 6-3. What will it be? We shall see. 6-3 is a ground out to first, unassisted, as May steps on the bag. 1-2-3 go the Astros. We move on to the top of the 8th. We are still scoreless in a marvelous pitcher's duel between J.R. Richard and Jim Palmer. When next the Astros come up in the bottom of the 8th, it'll be the top of the order, and Jose Cruz to lead off. So Richard, point of weakness check starts for J.R. Richard. He'll face Duncan Blair, top of the order, the Bumblebee, Al Bumbry. The pitch to Dave Duncan, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Right-handed batter. Off the J.R. Richard card, 6-5, 6-5. Holy cow, does he have normal power? Yes. A very, very skinny chance for a homer. It's gone. That is a 1. The dice gods have been favoring the Orioles. That ball is a bippity-boppity boom to the moon. That ball flies out to left. 1-0. Baltimore Orioles. Again, Duncan against right-handed pitching has normal power. Against left-handed pitching, it's weak, so it doesn't matter. J.R. Richards a righty. We rolled, make sure no dyslexia here, 6-5. So we go right-handed batter, 6-5. 1 and a 2, it's gone. We rolled a 1. Flies out to left. Boom to the moon. Boom goes the ball. Dave Duncan touches them all. To the moon, Alice, to the moon. So after striking out twice, Duncan gets his revenge. 1-0 Orioles. So 2 more hits or walks. Richard reaches point of weakness. Astros get their bullpen up. Here's Paul Blair. Blair has reached on an error and grounded to first. The pitch to Paul Blair. 1-5 off the Blair card. Right-handed pitcher. 1-5 is a strikeout. So Richard comes right back after giving up the homer. Duncan was sitting dead red. He was sitting dead red when he homered to left. That was a no doubter. The only doubt was whether fair or foul, and it was fair by a foot. So Blair is out. I believe that's 8 strikeouts for Richard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 strikeouts for Richard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know what? Let's just put a little 9 here. That way I don't keep counting. 1 out. Top of the order. The Bumblebee, Al Bumbry. The pitch to Bumbry off the Richard card. 4-8. Left-handed batter. 4-8. Strikeout. 10 Ks for J.R. Richard. 2 down. But now he trails 1-0 in the top of the 8th thanks to the Duncan home run. I'll bring up Mark Belanger. Belanger has struck out, grounded out, and singled. Belanger choking up on that bat. Here's the heat from J.R. Richard. Off the Richard card, 5-4. This will be a play for Cliff Johnson, the catcher. That's an adventure, but there's no one on, so as long as it stays away from an error. Johnson, 4 range, E13. That's a 2. Oh, boy. So on a 4 and a 2, this could be an error. Let's flip that over. A 4 and a 2. Really, it's not bad. The ball gets by Cliff Johnson. Belanger steps back in the box. He pops up. Johnson tosses the mask askew. Makes the catch. The side is retired. Not that horrible at all. So it's a pop-out 2 after the home run by Duncan, giving the Orioles a 1-0 lead. Blair strikes out. Bumbry strikes out. Belanger's jammed after a wild pitch. Popping out to Cliff Johnson, the catcher. But the Orioles lead 1-0. Richard passes his point of weakness check for the moment. So now I believe it's... this always messes me up. Let me just look at point of weakness really quick. 3 hits. Then in the next inning, I believe it's 4 hits, which is still 3 hits in an inning. That's the way we're going to play it. That's the way we're going to play it. I think I'm a little off with that. But so, if we go to the bottom of the 9th, we're going to switch out Doug DeCinces for Brooks Robinson. He's a better defender at third. Reggie Jackson will lead things off in the top of the 9th for the Orioles. Orioles lead 1-0. Due up in the bottom of the 8th, top of the order for Houston, Cruz, Gross, and Cedeno. That's the heart of their order, and if anyone gets on, Bob Watson. J.R. Richard has made one mistake to Dave Duncan. Duncan crushed the fastball. The only question, fair or foul, was fair by a foot. So Palmer back up on the bump with a 1-run lead. He'll face Cruz, Gross, and Cedeno, as I stated. Cruz is 1 for 3. The pitch to Jose Cruz, left-handed batter. 4-4. Does it close the door? Left-handed batter. 4-4. This will be a play for Dave Duncan. Now can he do it with the glove? Duncan is a 2-E-4. Duncan, pretty good defense there on a 2-E-4. That is a 2. 2. And we rolled a 2, popped up. Duncan throws the mask to his left, makes the catch, 1 down. So Palmer jams Jose Cruz. Again, so Duncan's a 2, we rolled a 2. That is a pop-out in front of the plate. So it's a pop-out 2, 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th. 1-0. Orioles, thanks to the Dave Duncan homer in the top of the 8th. The pitch to the left-hand batting Greg Gross. Gross is 0 for 3, including a strikeout. 5-2, how do you do? On a 5-2, it's a shallow fly ball to center. Coming in is Blair. He makes the catch. Gross has been retired for the 4th time. 2 outs, base is empty for Cesar Cedeno. Cedeno has walked, stolen a base, flown out to center. Singled, stolen a base, flown out to center, walked, and was thrown out trying to steal second. Remember, back in the 4th, Andrews was thrown out at home plate. Back in the 5th, Andrews was thrown out at home plate by Reginald Martinez-Jackson. So it's 1-0. Cedeno trying to keep it alive. He has some pop. Palmer to Cedeno, righty-righty matchup. Off the Cedeno card. So that's a 2-7. 2-7, fly ball center field and deep. Blair racing back, reaching up. He makes the catch. 1, 2, 3 go the Astros. We go to the top of the 9th. 1-0 Baltimore. You can see Brooks Robinson stretching a bit in between innings, doing a little jogging as he just quickly comes out of the dugout. He'll be playing third if the Orioles have the lead. We'll take Doug DeCinces out. I went with the better bat. J.R. Richard, again, point of weakness check once again. He only gave up the homer in the 8th. And pitching endurance. He reaches his point of weakness or any inning after that, allowing any combination of 4 hits. It's 4 hits, not 3. My faux pas. So he's only given up 1 hit. Richard to Reginald Martinez-Jackson. Jackson 0 for 3. That's a 1-5. Right hand 1-5. Swing and a miss. J.R. Richard just blows a fastball past Reginald Martinez-Jackson. That is strikeout 11 for J.R. Richard. 1 down. Bobby Grich. What the hell happened here? Oh, we got to turn the wrong way. It's Lee May. Duncan. Where's Lee May? That's the question. What happened to Lee May? It's Jackson. There's Lee May. May, Singleton, Gritch, DeSensei. All right, there we go. We're back in order. 1 out as Jackson strikes out. Again, that's number 11 for J.R. Richard. Here's the pitch to Lee May. May singled his last at-bat. Prior to that, struck out, grounded out. Again, off the Richard card. 4-6, right-handed batter. 4-6, you know what that is? Strikeout number 12. He's going to be a tough luck loser unless they get 2 in the bottom of the 9th. 2 outs, base is empty. Richard looks to strike out the side. He pitches to the switch-hitting Singleton, batting lefty. That's a 4-6 to Singleton. 4-6, Singleton makes contact. That's a fly out to Cedeno in center. We go to the bottom of the 9th. J.R. Richard and the Astros need 1 to tie, 2 to win. J.R. has struck out 12 in 9 innings. So quickly, we're going to make the change. Doug DeSensei is a 3E30. And I mean, Palmer's dealing. We do have Tippy Martinez ready, but let's go here. Where is... And I think we're going to bring Jack Dempsey. Rick Dempsey in. He's a 3 -1 E5. Though Duncan is... I don't think they would change the battery right now, so that's not going to happen. Where is... We got our pitchers. And there's Brooks Robinson. So Brooks Robinson's going to come in and play third. Here in the bottom of the 9th. Brooks Robinson, again, he did not hit well in 76. I don't know if that... I think that's his last year in baseball. 211, 3 homers, 11 ribbies. So he's a 2E16, which is much better than Doug DeSensei. And again, I'm writing at a weird angle here. So it's going to be Robinson. Apologize for my chicken scratch. 2E16. If he comes up, something horrible went wrong. That means the Astros scored a run, and we have free baseball. Not a good base run. Not a base running ability is an 8. That's awful. 1 through 8. E stealer. C bunter. C hit and run. DeSensei's out of the game. I'm not going to change out Dave Duncan. I don't think they would have done that. I really don't. So I initially had Rick Dempsey, who I called Jack Dempsey, ready to go, but I don't think they would do that. So Richard on the line to be a tough luck loser, 1-0, thanks to the homer from Dave Duncan. Palmer, point of weakness check starts in the 9th. Palmer looking to go the distance. Is there any other changes I want to make defensively for the Orioles? No. That's it. Here we go. Celebrity Bikini says he's due. He's due. Who's due? Someone's due. But who? The pitch to Bob Watson. Maybe it's Watson who's due. He'll be off the Palmer card. Right-handed batter, 4-4. Does it close the door? 4-4. This is a play for Dave Duncan. Duncan, 2. He's actually a very good defense. 2E4, but he has a 0 arm. That doesn't come into play here. So it's a 2. That's a 14 on a 2. Again, the pass ball means nothing. So it's a pop out. Watson pops out. As Duncan goes in front of the plate, now moves to his left, waits for the ball to come down, he catches it. Put out 2. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. Enos Cabell comes to the plate. Palmer looking for the complete game shutout. Cabell, right-handed stick. Prepares to do battle with Palmer. Palmer nods his head. The leg kick and delivery to Enos Cabell. Off the Palmer card, right-handed batter, 5-9. So a 5-9 swing and a miss. Had he reached fatigue, which he has not, it would have been a single. So Cabell goes down via the breaking pitch. Palmer has struck out 3. He's moved the ball marvelously. Remember, Rob Andrews was thrown out at the plate in the 5th by Reginald Martinez-Jackson. How huge was that? Again, Red Sox fans' initial math had him scoring, but quickly realized that math was wrong. And the magic of whiteout and fixing things. 2 outs, it's up to Leon Roberts. Are we going to pinch hit for Roberts? I don't think so. Roberts did have 7 home runs, 289, on base 347, slugging 443. So it comes down to Palmer and Leon Roberts. The pitch to Roberts, righty-righty matchup. It'll be off the Roberts card. That's good news if you're an Astros fan. 2-8, a 2-8. Holy cow. Holy cow. Holy cow. Twilight Zone baseball, baby. 2-8. Roberts could tie it with 2 outs, 1 through 13. It is gone! Leon Roberts with 2 outs. Jacks 1 out to dead center. Astros fans erupt at the Astrodome. It is a 1-1 game. Unbelievable. With 2 outs. Leon Roberts, the last hope, the last charge of the Light Brigade, goes bippity-boppity boom to the moon, Alice. Boom goes the ball. Leon Roberts touches them all. We're knotted at 1. To the moon, to the moon. Astros fans call for a standing ovation. Roberts comes out, tips his baseball helmet, glares right at Palmer, and tells him he's number 1. That's what we like about Twilight Zone baseball. No emotion is held back. The chants of "You suck, Jim" rained down upon Jim Palmer. I don't know if I would have said that, but that's what the Astro fans are saying. We're knotted at 1. Palmer. Earl Weaver comes out. Palmer looks at him, says, "You're not taking me out of this game," using some curse words at Earl Weaver. Celebrity Bikini says 26-inning game. Well, it'll be that. Well, I'll just go directly to church after that. Doesn't matter. So here's Cliff Johnson. Free baseball looms. The pitch to Cliff from Jim Palmer. 2-8. Possible double. Deep fly ball to center. Can Paul Blair track it? 1 or a 2. It's a double. Paul Blair makes the diving catch in deep center. To his left, we go to extra innings. But the home run by the DH Leon Roberts matches the home run by Dave Duncan in the 8th. It's a 1-1 game. We go to the top of the 10th. What a great catch by Paul Blair. Now, will J.R. Richard pitch the 10th? You bet your ass he's pitching the 10th. It's Twilight Zone baseball. So again, point of weakness check. He's given up 1 hit. So he has 3 more hits to go for point of weakness. I believe that's the way it goes. 4 hits after point of weakness. And that's the way we're going to play it. Whether it's right or wrong, it's right the way we're playing it. So J.R. Richard doing his best Sandy Koufax, except the right-handed version. No ghost runners. Get that poop out of there, says Mike Terranova. He says, no ghost runners in 76. Celebrity Bikini, don't fall asleep in church. They don't like that. No, they don't. But I like our priest, Father Wayne. He's pretty cool. He likes heavy metal. It's pretty funny. I gotta take a sip of water. Holy cow, we go to the top of the 10th. And Brooks Robinson's going to be up second. We took Doug DeCense out for defensive purposes. We brought in Brooks Robinson, so here we go. Richard has struck out 12. Well, I got to mark this now. Here's Bobby Grich, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. The pitch to Bobby Grich. Off the J.R. Richard card, this might not bode well on the 5 column. That's a 5-9. That's a strikeout. Yes, another K. Second time he's gotten Gritch. And that's 13 Ks now for J.R. Richard. Richard looks strong. He feels strong. Palmer and Weaver having a discussion, a heated discussion in the dugout. Here's the pitch to Brooks Robinson. 3-8. Let's see if Brooks Robinson can do something on the 3-8. He does! He singles. So Brooks Robinson, career coming to an end in 76. Right-handed pitcher on a 3-8. Robinson singles. He is very slow. We're not taking him out. Robinson at first. Prime double play candidate. Number 9. Oh, shoot. That's a single here. And again, the beauty of Magic Whiteout. There we go there. All right. Brooks Robinson at first after he singles. There's 1 out. Dave Duncan, can he do it again? Struck out his first 2 times against J.R. Richard, then homered. So Richard down to 2 hits and 2 walks to go point of weakness. And holy cow, that's a 1-7. 1-7 single 1 through 4. Line out to short 5 through 20. It is a line out to short. Nice play by Metzger. Snap throw to first. Robinson dives back in time. Nice play by Metzger. Duncan really hitting the ball hard his last 2 at-bats on J.R. Richard. Now there's 2 outs. Brooks Robinson will be off on contact. +2, 1 through 10. Paul Blair, the pitch to Blair. 5-6, pick up some sticks. Right-handed batter. So a 5-6, strikeout number 14. Overpowering Blair the second time he has K'd. 14 Ks for J.R. Richard. Houston has to scratch 1 run across the plate, and Richard is the winner 2-1. Now does Jim Palmer. Does Jim Palmer come back out? As we foobarred that. So it's Gritch. We messed that up. Bumbry. Who's the last person here? Singleton. So after Singleton, it's Gritch. And Robinson, Duncan, Blair. There we go. Problem solved. Bottom of the 10th. Palmer wants to come back out, and he shall. He'll face Rob Andrews, then Metzger, then to the top of the order, Jose Cruz. The pitch to Rob Andrews from Jim Palmer off the Rob Andrews card. Right-handed pitcher, 3-6. 3-6. Holy cow. This could be a triple 1 through 8. It is a single. Oh, boy. And that could be it for Mr. Jim Palmer. That's a single. Second time, Andrews has reached base. Prior to that, it was a walk. Remember, he was thrown out at the plate by Reginald Martinez-Jackson in the bottom of the 5th. So that's a single. Switch hitter Roger Metzger. He'll bat lefty. Do we want to take Palmer out? Weaver decides to stick with Palmer. So he's given up a second hit here after point of weakness. He has 2 more to go. The pitch to Metzger, looking for the... Do we bunt with Metzger? Do we bunt? Metzger's tripled. Had a sacrifice bunt. Grounded. We're going to bunt with Metzger. So he goes to a C bunter. He squares to put it down. That's a 7. I know that's good because it's the same roll he did when he got the first bunt. So a C7 advances Andrews to second with 1 out. And again, It's May fielding the ball, throwing to Bobby Grich on the wheel play. So Metzger does his J-O-B. Do you walk Jose Cruz to pitch to Gross? That would set up a double play ball. They're going to walk Jose Cruz. His run means nothing. So that's an intentional walk that does not count against point of weakness. Point of weakness, excuse me. So first and second, one out. Andrews is the winning run at second. He's a 1 through 13. Do we have anyone faster? Yeah, it's pretty good. And I don't think so. Nope. No, we don't. Mike Terranova likes the call for the double play here. Ah! White Die jumped the shark, but we caught him. He's no Topo Gigio dice. Remember the dice that used to run away? I can hear you. That's why we don't roll you anymore. I don't like you. I like you. Oh, that's so nice. All right. Little Gigio from the dice jail. I don't like it here. All right, here we go. Greg Gross for the win. Palmer to Gross. It'll be off the Palmer card. Left-handed batter. 5-9. So a 5-9. He has not reached point of weakness. Had he, it would have been a single. It's a strikeout. He gets Gross looking on the breaking pitch. 2 outs now, and here's Cesar Cedeno. Can Cedeno win it? The pitch to Cesar Cedeno, 6-6. Get your kicks on Route 66. So that's a 6-6. Right-handed batter, 6-6. 1 through 5, this ball game is over. No, it is a fly ball to left. Making the running catch is Bunbury. We go to the 11th. Astros get the runner to second, but no more. We go to the 11th. J.R. Richards says, I can go. All right. He's 2 hits away, or 2 non-intentional walks away to point of weakness. As Legend Sports Universe has joined us, check out that wonderful channel. He says, Cedeno is a very underrated player. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, let's make sure we did this right, and we did. This is probably the last inning for the starters. We go to the 11th. We'll now make this the 11th inning. And I don't think Palmer... we'll see. Obviously, if they have the lead, they'll go to the closer, I think. J.R. Richard wants to go. Palmer probably wants to go unless they get the lead. Probably the last inning there for Palmer. He went 10. Richards went 10. Richards struck out 14 and 10. Both have only made really one mistake. And again, Reginald Martinez-Jackson throwing out Andrews at the plate in the 5th was huge. Initial math had him scoring, and then, as I keep stating, I quickly realized that's not right. Okay, top of the 11th. It's going to be Bunbury, Belanger, and Jackson against J.R. Richard. Left-handed batting Bunbury has been on base twice, single and an error, grounded out and struck out. The pitch to the Bumblebee from J.R. Richard. Richard throws off his card, so that's a 5-9. Left-handed batter, 5-9. You know what that is? That's a strikeout. That's strikeout number 15. He has not reached point of weakness. Number 15 for J.R. Richard. I love it. I love it. The pitch to Belanger. Right-handed stick. Again, off the Richard card. 5-7. 5-7. Ooh. Belanger battles J.R. Richard. That's a walk. He's 1 away now from point of weakness. Reggie Jackson. He struck out Jackson once. Jackson's banged into a double play. Flown out to deep center. and then was robbed of a hit by Enos Cabell at third after Cabell made that horrific error. The pitch to Reginald Martinez-Jackson. 1 out, 1 on. Top of the 11th, 1-1. 2-8 off the Jackson card. Right-handed pitcher. 2-8. 1-2 is a single. It is a ground ball B. So that is a force out at second. Jackson reaches on the fielder's choice. Let me just make sure I got that right. Ground ball B. If no runners are forced, runners hold. If one or more runners are forced, runner at first base is safe. So Belanger is out. Jackson reaches on the fielder's choice. Second? 4-6. So fielder's choice, 4-6. J.R. Richard, this will be his last inning. Jackson, very good speed, very good base runner. 1 through 16. They're going to hold him on. So that will be a -1 + 2, 1 through 17. Watson, Bob Watson, though, should we do that? Watson goes to a 5 range. But they're going to hold him on. 1 through 17, 1 through 18, what the hell's the difference? We're not going to hold him on, but if we don't hold him on and he steals, +1 plus, that's god-awful. They're going to hold him on. So they're going to hold him on, but he still might steal. So he's an A, 1 through 15. They're holding him on an A. That's a -2, so that's 1 through 13. But +1 for the hold for Richard, +2. So 1 through 16. There goes Reginald Martinez-Jackson, and he is safe. The 6, no throwing error. 1 through, is it 1 through 4 or 1 through 3? 1 through 3, a possible throwing error. So Jackson, fielder's choice, then he steals second. Jackson in scoring position. 2 outs, so it'll be a 1 through 18. Lee May at the plate. Singleton on deck. Richard to Lee May. Oh boy, that's a 2-7. Righty-righty matchup. 2-7. Swing and a miss. He gets him. He reared back and fires the fastball by him. And that's a strikeout on his card. 3 strikeouts for May. He gets the hat trick you don't want. 16 Ks. J.R. Richard with that strikeout leaves Reginald Martinez-Jackson stranded all alone at second. The Houston Astros fans here at the Astrodome give J.R. Richard a standing ovation. His night is done. 11 innings for J.R. Richard. He can only win it. He cannot lose it. He strikes out Lee May with Jackson at second. Wow. Jim Palmer is done. We've decided that Palmer, 9th inning, he gave up a homer. That's 1 hit. Then the single to Andrews. That's 2. Watson, he's got to deal with Watson, Cabell, and Roberts. He's already had words with Earl Weaver. Palmer is done. Palmer's done. We're going to go to Tippy Martinez. So Tippy Martinez coming in the game. He's a lefty, though. That's a bad idea. You got righty. Cabell's a lefty or a switch hitter. Roberts is a righty. Bad idea to go to Tippy. We must have a righty reliever here. Dyer Miller comes in. Hopes not to be in dire straits. And he threw 89 innings. I never actually heard of Dyer Miller. 2 and 4, 294, 7 saves. He's a righty. And they're going to go with Dyer Miller. Palmer gets a no decision. Palmer is done. Let's put him over here. And Palmer pitched 10 innings, gave up 1 run. No decision for Jim Palmer. Dyer Miller, the right-handed hurler. Legend Sports Universe says Dyer Miller, a former Met. Yeah, I don't recall him. This is the fun of these games. All right, so J.R. Richard is done. We will go with Ken Forsch if we have to. For the Astros, they need one to win. It's going to be Watson, Cabell, Roberts. Miller to the Bull, Bob Watson. Can Watson... Ooh, 4-5. 4-5. Right-handed batter. 4-5. Ground ball to short and Mark Belanger. Okay. Belanger, as we know, is a 1E16. That's a 1. That's not going to be bueno. He should... Does he still make the play on the 1? He has such range. Shortstop 1. Yes, he does. Ground ball. Diving stop. It's a ground ball A. Diving stop by Belanger. Pops up. Throws a strike to first. Watson is retired. A great play by Mark Belanger. Pittsfield, Massachusetts native. Mark Belanger. All-around great athlete in high school. So 1 out for Enos Cabell. I don't know why I thought he was a lefty. He's a right-handed batter. The pitch to Cabell. Cabell, a weak hitter when it comes to homers. Cabell will go off his card. Right-handed pitcher, 3-4. A 3-4 is a ground out to third. So Cabell is thrown out by his counterpart now, Brooks Robinson. 5-3. The 12th is looming. I could be playing this till church in the morning. Here's the man of the hour. The man with the power, too sweet to be sour. No, not superstar Billy Graham. It is Leon Roberts. He homered with 2 outs in the 9th to off Palmer to tie the game at 1. Can he do it again? Dyer Miller has the sign. Duncan sets the target. The pitch to Leon Roberts. It will be off the Miller card. Will it be Miller time? 6-5. 6-5 is a hard hit ball to short. Belanger chews it up like a kid with candy. Fires to first. Side is retired. We go to the 12th. It's officially a bullpen game. Miller can go 2 innings, so in the next inning, it will be point of weakness check for Dyer Miller. So Richard went 11 innings. Gave up 1 run. It was a homer off the bat of Duncan in the 8th. He struck out 16. Those are the stats I like to keep. I think sometimes we get bogged down by keeping stats. Enjoy the game. If you want to keep stats, keep stats. I don't want to use... I try to use different things to keep stats, electronically. And when I want to play electronically, I play PC. When I want to play card and dice... Again, I'm not doing season replays, though. Obviously, with season replays, most people want to keep stats. So. Richard is done. No decision for J.R. Richard. We're going to go to Ken Forsch. Forsch. 4 wins, 3 losses, 2.15 ERA, 19 saves. And he can go 3 innings. So Ken Forsch comes in the game. That's going to be Forsch. He had a brother Bob, played for St. Louis, right? Probably other teams also. So, Forsch, and I forgot to put Miller up here. Miller came in the 11th. Forsch will come in the 12th. And what I like to do... see if the blue portion of this pen works. Okay. So this is Miller. Forsch in the 12th. So Ken Forsch, he's a right-handed hurler for the Astros. He'll face Singleton, Grich, and Brooks Robinson. Robinson came in defensive purposes in the bottom of the ninth, but Roberts tied it with the with the homer with 2 outs. Robinson did single in his first at bat, which we should do. Let's do this here, and that's a Brooks Robinson at bat there. Ninth inning. All right, Singleton, switch hitter, batting lefty off Ken Forsch, off the Singleton card, right-handed pitcher, 2-7. 2-7 is a ground out to first. 1 down, taking it to the bag himself is Bob Watson. Again, that was a 2-7. Yep, ground out to first. Here's Bobby Grich, the pitch to Grich. 6-8, right-handed batter off the Ken Forsch card. 6-8, line shot right at Cabell. 2 down. Grich hits it on the screws. Nothing to show for it. 2 outs. That'll bring up Brooks Robinson. He gets his second at-bat. He singled his first time up in the 10th. The pitch to Brooksy. It'll be off the Forsch card. 6-9, right-handed batter. So a 6-9, ground ball to short and Metzger. Metzger is a 1E12. That is a 6. Metzger fields it. It's a ground ball A. He throws to Watson at first. Brooks Robinson now 1 for 2. We go to the bottom of the 12th. Knotted at 1. Forsch does his JOB. Miller starts point of weakness check here. Tippy Martinez ready to go. So they have Johnson a righty, Andrews, Metzger a switch hitter. So Dyer Miller will try to get it to the top of the 13th. Astro fans, for this game, liquor has not been shut off. In fact, extra innings, drinks are half price. Oh boy. Cliff Johnson, he could end it with a bippity-boppity-boom. The 12th here. The pitch to Cliff from Dyer Miller. That's a 3-11 right-handed pitcher. 3-11. Long fly ball to left, but not long enough. The bumblebee Al Bumbry makes the catch. Johnson, since tripling in his first at-bat, is 0 for 4, so he's 1 for 5. 1 down. Rob Andrews is up. He's walked and singled, grounded out, and flown out. He was cut down at the plate in the 5th by Jackson for the Orioles. The pitch to Rob Andrews off the Dyer Miller card, right-handed batter. That's a 5-4. So on a 5-4 is a ground ball to third. Brooks Robinson, 2-range E16 for Brooksy. That is a 6. So a 2-6 goes to an error check. He's an E16. That's a 4. I think on a 4 he makes the play. And he... No! 3 through 6 and 12. Brooks Robinson boots the ball. Ouch. So Brooks Robinson commits the error. He needed the 7 through 11 for the ground ball A. Brooks Robinson makes the error. Winning run at first, Rob Andrews. That's an E5. Dyer Miller's a 0 hold, so it's just like Palmer. And Andrews is a C stealer. 1 through 13. They will hold him on, so that cuts down the range of the first baseman. May, he goes to a 5 range. Metzger, with 1 out, is going to swing the stick. He'll bat lefty. He's a switch hitter. He tripled in his first at-bat and had 2 sacrifices and a groundout, so he's 1 for 2. Metzger with a 4-7, left-handed batter. 4-7, he works a walk. Metzger, he's had a nice little game here, Metzger. Andrews to second. Metzger at first. That's it for Dyer Miller. Earl Weaver calls for the lefty Tippy Martinez to face Jose Cruz. So Dyer Miller leaves the Orioles with 1 out in dire straits. So it's going to be Tippy Martinez. In the 12th. To face Jose Cruz. Dyer Miller is done. Responsible for the runners on base. If they score, Miller will get the loss. Miller pitched an inning and a third. And that's how that goes. So Miller joins Jim Palmer on the bench. Jose Cruz looking to win it against Tippy Martinez. Let's give you Tippy's numbers. 5-1, 10 saves, 70 innings pitched, 2.33 ERA. Bottom of the 12th, the pitch to Jose Cruz, lefty-lefty matchup, Tippy Martinez, 5-5. 5-5. It's a double play ball. We go to the 13th. 4-6-3. Tippy Martinez does his JOB as Cruz 4-6-3. Looks like I will be playing this game till church. The 13th inning, or the hard luck round in boxing when they had 15-round championship fights. In the 13th, it'll be Duncan, Blair, and Bunbury to face Ken Forsch. Duncan's homer in the 8th gave a short-lived 1-0 lead to the Orioles. Then Palmer 1 out away from victory. Leon Roberts homered to tie it in the bottom of the 9th. Celebrity Bikini says lucky 13. Dave Gardner says he's heading to bed. Good night, Uncle Dave. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. As we are at 1:42 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Martinez can go 3 innings. Ken Forsch, this is his 2nd inning of work. He can go 3. Point of weakness check starts in the 3rd inning of work the way I play it. I believe that's correct. Here's Dave Duncan. This is a righty-righty matchup. Forsch to Duncan. Top of the 13th, they'll be off the Forsch card. That's a 4-8. Right-handed batter, 4-8. Possible single. He's got a good shot here, 1 through 16. And it is a single for Dave Duncan. So Duncan singles. That's his 2nd hit of the ball game. Duncan, 1 through 9 runner. Not going to take him out. If he gets to 2nd, then we'll think about it. Paul Blair will bunt. They'll play for the bunt. So he goes from an A to a B. He squares. That's a 9 on a B. Oh boy, we might get the runner at 2nd with this. On a B, a 9. Batter is... Nope, it's a good bunt by Blair. Batter is thrown out by the 3rd baseman, charging Enos Cabell. Throws to 1st. Advancing to 2nd is Dave Duncan. Now we have to think about moving a new runner on there. Duncan's at 2nd. That's a sack. We're going to call it 5-3. Getting back to the bag to cover it was Bob Watson. Duncan at 2nd, 1 through 9. Bunbury comes to the plate. Baltimore. Well, I think you got to bring in a pinch runner here. That's what I think. You know what? They don't have much better on the bench. Tony Muser, 1 through 12. That's better than 1 through 9. And then Rick Dempsey would come in to catch. So Dempsey, Tony Muser will pinch run. So Duncan is done. Pinch runner. Muser. 13th. So Duncan is done. He's a 1 through 12. Rick Dempsey will come in to catch. We got Dempsey ready to go. We'll just put him over here. Forsh to the Bumblebee, Al Bumbry. I should have walked Bumbry. That's okay. 4-9 to Bumbry. 4-9. Hey, we walked Bumbry anyway. The left-handed batter. There's the walk. Sets up the double play. So Forsh had the same idea I did. Pitch very carefully to Bumbry, even though he struck out his last 2 times up, but that was against J.R. Richard. No decision. Went 11 innings, striking out 16. First and second, 1 out for Mark Belanger. The pitch to Belanger. He has 1 hit. He's walked, popped out, grounded out, struck out. Belanger with a 4-2. How do you do? 4-2, righty-righty matchup. That is another walk. So coming apart here is Ken Forsh, the man who had 20 saves in 1976. With that walk, advancing to third is Muser, pinch running for Duncan. Advancing to second is Bumbry. Again, let's make sure we did that right. 4-2, yes we did. That's a walk. Second time in consecutive at-bats, Belanger's walked. Infield will play in. Reginald Martinez-Jackson. That's it for Forsh. Will they go to the youngster Joe Sambito? Pence is a righty. Bo McLaughlin is a righty. Joe Sambito, 3 wins, 2 losses, 1 save, 3.54 ERA. He had 4 starts, but he's a lefty. Sambito will come in to face Reginald Martinez-Jackson. Oh boy, we get Joe Sambito in the game. You know he's going to lose it now, right? Oh, not there, Al. Down here. Tough situation for the youngster Joe Sambito. Comes in the 13th, bases juiced, 1 out. The infield will play in. Forsh could lose it here. Forsh has pitched an inning and a third. Forsh. Is that a CH? Did I mess by his last name? No, yeah, it's an SCH. All right. F-O-R-C... No, S-C-H. S-C-H. All right. So Sambito comes in the 13th. He's going to face Jackson. No place to put Reggie Jackson. Infield in. We're going to use the basic chart for the infield in. Is there an advanced? Yeah, there is an advanced chart, right? No, that's hit and run. Squeeze play. If infield is in, look to the next one. So we're going to play the basic chart. That's what I normally do anyway. For the infield in. Forsh is done. 1 out. Bases juiced. Moment of truth. Orioles. Let's not mix up the players. Holy cow. Me and Joe, Mike Terranova says, me and Joe Sambito sat next to each other at the 1993 All-Star Game in Baltimore. I love Joe Sambito. As Mike Terranova says, nice guy. Played for the Red Sox in '86. Love Joe Sambito. Sambito was a big part of that 80 team that won the division. It was 80, right? Philadelphia beat him in a hell of a 5-game National League Championship Series. All right, infield in. So when the infield is in, well, we'll go to that if we need to look at that. Infield in. Sambito to Reginald Martinez-Jackson. Off the Sambito card, 5-6. Lefty-lefty matchup. So a 5-6. Possible single here, 1 through 6. Otherwise, it's a ground ball B. Infield in. So let's first see if it's a single. 1 through 6. Thank God I didn't have to go to that. It is a single. So I'm going to say a single to right because the play would have been to first. I wish it was to center because and it's only a 1 base. So a single to right. Reggie Jackson gets his revenge, scoring from third, making it 2-1. Orioles is Duncan. Forsh on the hook for the loss. Bumbry to third. Belanger to second. Jackson, with his first hit of the game, could have the game-winning run knocked in. That's an RBI for Reginald Martinez-Jackson. 2-1. So, Muser scores because he was the pinch runner. We got to take him out to have Dempsey come in. So Bumbry, Belanger, Jackson. Sambito will stay in the game to face the right-handed Lee May. Base is still juiced. May struck out 3 times against J.R. Richard. That's going to be off the Sambito card. That's a 6-7. 6-7. Oh, boy, that's another hit. No matter what, it's a hit. So 6-7, right-handed batter. A double with a 1, single, 2 stars. It's a single, knocking in 2 more runs. You see 2 stars there. The Orioles taking advantage of the Astros pitching, bullpen pitching. So it's going to be 4-1. The Orioles plate 3. Bumbry trots in from third. Belanger from second. Jackson goes first to third. May gets his revenge after striking out 3 times. He picks up 2 ribbies. Wow. That definitely took the jelly out of the Astro fans' donut here at the Astrodome. So Belanger scores. Jackson to third. May at first. Infield goes back to normal. Kenny Singleton will bat righty off of Sambito. That's a 1-6. Left-handed once. That is a single. The hit parade continues. We're going to have to take Sambito out. That's a single. Jackson trots in. Now 5-1. May will stop at second. Singleton picks up his first ribby. So they get 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5-1. Sambito's done. Gene Pence will come in the game. The loss will go to Forsh. Some of those runners were Forsh's responsibility. So here comes Pence. Sambito didn't retire anybody. Oh, see my dyslexia? P-E-N-Z-T. It should be P-E-N-T-Z. Pence. P-E-N-T-Z. 13th. 4 runs so far. First and second. Still, I'm sorry, there's 1 out. There is 1 out. Oh, green die almost jumped. The pitch to Bobby Grich. 1-3. What will it be? We shall see on the 1-3. Right-handed pitcher. 1-3. That's a walk. Oh, my Lord. What the hell did these guys in the bullpen eat this morning? That's a walk. Bases are juiced. May to third. Singleton to second. Brooks Robinson at the plate. They're going to play for 2. That's a 1-9. Right-handed pitcher. 1-9. Pops out to short. Thank God. So Robinson now 1 for 3. There are 2 down. And you know who's coming up? Tony Muser, who was the pinch runner. And we'll let him hit because he's a better hitter than Rick Dempsey. The base is still juiced. The bases are still juiced. Here's Muser. It all started with a Dave Duncan single. We got advanced to second on the bunt. That's when we brought Muser in. The pitch to the left-hand batting Muser. It's going to be off the Pence card, 5-11. He's a left-handed stick. 5-11. Unbelievable. Freaking Muser singles. So Muser singles. They've broken this game wide open. We're going to get someone thrown out at the plate. I can't deal with this anymore. Just kidding. May scores. Holy cow. Singleton's going to be waived with 2 outs. He's a 1 through 12, 1 through 14. Muser, that was a 5-11. That's a single to left. Left fielder's Cruz, -2. So that takes away the +2. So Singleton, 1 through 12. And he is out at the plate. Thank you, God. So Singleton is out. The inning, the top of the 13th is mercifully over. He's out 7-2. Muser got the hit. So this was Muser. He gets a ribby. I think they got, how many runs? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Singleton was thrown out. So they get 5 runs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 6-1. We go to the bottom of the 13th. Muser. Let's put a star here and a star here. Dempsey will come in to catch. There's Dempsey. So Muser's done. Muser, he comes into pinch run. And then he ends up getting a single. Because they batted around. The Houston bullpen implodes. That's crap, right? J.R. Richard, what a beautiful start. All for naught. 11 innings, 1 run, 16 strikeouts. They're now down 6-1. Rick Dempsey will come in to catch. As I did Ream. Dempsey's coming in to catch. He's a 3 -1. E5. God, I hope he doesn't come up to bat, but we'll just write it in just in case. A miracle happens with the Astros. And he's an E stealer. B bunter, C hit and run, throwing error, T 1 through 5. Just like Duncan. And he comes in to catch. All right, I'm not going to worry about the order. We'll take care of that, God forbid, if we have to. Pence, pitcher, now in the game. Tippy Martinez. This is a second inning of work for Tippy. No point of weakness check. He'll face Gross, Cedeno, and Watson. They need 5 to tie, 6 to win. The pitch to Greg Gross. That is a 3-6. A lefty-lefty matchup. So left-handed pitcher. That's a 3-6. And here come the Astros. They want to go to the 14th, God forbid. That's a single for Gross. That's his first hit. He comes in the bottom of the 13th. In a lefty-lefty matchup. So Gross at first. Cesar Cedeno at the plate. The pitcher Cesar Cedeno. Now 2-10. Left-handed pitcher 2-10. He walks. Unbelievable. Gross to second. First and second, no outs. Here come the Astros. Holy cow. They're down 5. Bob Watson at the plate. Martinez to Watson. Get your kicks on Route 66. 612. 612. Fly ball left field. The left fielder's Bunbury. His range, not bueno. It's a 4. This could fall in. So Bunbury trying to make a big play on the ball. Hit to left by Bob Watson. Again, Bunbury is a 4 range, +1 arm, E5. That is a 10. He should make the play on the 10, so he's a left fielder. It's going to go to an error check for Bunbury. Again, he's an E5. That's a 9 on an E5. He makes the catch on the deep fly ball. Runners hold. That was a fly ball B. It is an out. 6 through 11, we rolled a 9. So Bunbury makes the catch in left. 1 out, 2 on. Watson had a pitch to grip and rip, and he missed. Enos Cabell will face the left-handed hurler. Tippy Martinez. Cabell a righty. Pitch homeward bound. Dempsey behind the plate. 3-7 to Enos Cabell, a left-handed pitcher. 3-7 will be a fly out to center as Blair comes in a bit. 2 down. Runners will be off on contact. Leon Roberts, who tied the game with 2 outs in the 9th. Can he keep it going in the 13th? Martinez looks in at Dempsey. Dempsey sets the target. The pitch to Leon Roberts. It will be off the Martinez card. 4s across the board. That's a 4-8. Right-handed batter. 4-8. Swing and a miss. The side is retired. This ball game is over. We go 13. The Orioles win 6-1. J.R. Richard, in a masterful pitching performance, gets a no decision. Richard goes 11 innings, gives up only 1 run. The homer to Dave Duncan in the 8th. As Duncan was sitting dead red, he struck out 16. He had a no decision. The loss will go to Forsch. So Forsch is the losing pitcher. I just circle it. I don't go nuts with it. The winning pitcher would be Tippy Martinez. So Tippy Martinez gets the win as he came in the 12th. 13 innings. Baltimore pitching gives up 1 run. In the top of the 13th, Orioles get 5 as Forsch, Sambito implode. Pence gets the final out. There you have it. 6-1, 1976 Orioles over the 76 Astros. It was a pitching duel until the 13th. That was a lot of fun. I was kind of pulling for J.R. Richard and the Astros. So, hope you enjoyed it. We had a speedy game going, and then we had extra innings. So even a pitcher's duel can go long, but it was fun. If you enjoyed the stream, please hit that like button. We had a lot of fun with it, and I greatly appreciate that. If you have not subscribed and you want to, please do so. If you do subscribe, hit the bell for notification when we go live and do some Twilight Zone baseball or many other things. Greatly, again, appreciate everyone's time. Stay safe, be smart, treat people the way you want to be treated, but do not take crap from folks. But be smart on how you deal with it. God bless. We'll see you all very soon. Hope to do some more streaming after church on this Sunday morning. So until then, check out all the other wonderful content creators in our wonderful community, the FOC, friends of the channel, friends of the community. I'd like to thank Celebrity Bikini, Mike Terranova, Dave Gardner, Legend Sports Universe. Check out those 2 wonderful YouTube channels. Continue to scroll up. Steeler Fan 1933, our good friend Matt. Sorry about the Astros. He's a big Astros fan. JD, check out his wonderful channel for PlayStation action games and fun chat. Jamel, hope all is well. Bernard Strom, sports replays starting in April. And I believe he was on... Yes, Bernard, I have to listen to it. Bernard was on with Dave Gardner and Ron Juckett, the new Digital Dice, so check that out. Congrats. I think we got everybody. Okay. So thank you very much. Stay safe, be smart. Love you all. Good morning. as some people say good night. But good morning, good night, wherever you are. Happy. And Dave Gardner is still up. He said he went to bed. So thank you. Remember, check out all the wonderful content creators. Be part of the community. Be part of the fun. Peace. Love you all. See you soon. Bye-bye.